If you enjoy watching Chip and Joanna Gaines tear down that house and rebuild something new, you've probably thought about real estate investing. But let's face it, the thought of big risks and big costs keep most people sitting on the sidelines. But what if I told you that building a rental property strategy can be a simple, boring, very easy way to make well over $120,000 in rental income each year? I recently worked with a client who had that exact same dream. They wanted to reach a goal of having $120,000 come from rental properties, but instead of guessing how many doors and guessing what they need to do, we worked backwards like an algebraic equation. We said, okay, we're going to reach this $120,000. How much do we need in gross rent in order to get that net rent of $120,000? How many doors do you need? What's the fastest way to acquire those doors and ultimately reach that goal? So what is their investment, you might ask? Well, it's actually quite simple. It's just $2,000 per month they set aside into an account to help buy that next property. Then we're going to continue to use the cash flow from those other properties to buy further properties. Here's the magic of this plan. The plan shows that they're going to reach this goal with just 9 properties, and they'll reach that goal in 9 years just by setting $2,000 aside every single month. But they don't stop there. To really accelerate their wealth and to ultimately liquidate the debt in the fastest way possible, they continue to buy more properties. In fact, they're going to acquire an extra 9 properties. That's right, double the properties in just 5 years. So almost double the properties in half the time, because the cash flow and the compound effect of cash flow and equity helps them get to their goal much, much faster. This whole time, they're only setting aside $2,000 of their personal income to acquire those properties. Once they've reached the 18 properties, now they're going to choose the 9 they want to keep, and they're going to liquidate all the rest. That's right, they're going to sell off that and use all that value add and appreciation that they've gained over time to ultimately pay off the debt and be completely debt-free, making $120,000 in passive income in just 14 years. So as you can see, this isn't about luck. It's about discipline and following a plan. And the key of a plan is that it gives you bite-sized things to follow each year. So each year you're focused on what you have to do this year. And this year it might just be to buy 1 property. And of course, things won't always go to plan. So when things don't go to plan, you have a much smaller thing to solve, which is how am I going to get that property this year? It might take creativity, but there's a lot of ways to overcome that problem. If you are ready to make your dreams a reality with a simple, boring, easy plan to follow, DM me, let's talk. Let's figure out how we can get your plan on paper and get you to step 1. We'll see you at the closing table.